The following podcast is being brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network.
This week on the Defy Life Podcast, the guys discuss NBA All-Star Weekend, NFL offseason, and Floyd Mayweather's delusion. They also answer a listener question and wrap things up with some trivia. All that and more, on to the show.
Yeah, that's what it is. I guess we gotta do it then. You alright? Check. Poo. Money. West Coast. Let's get it. Strap in, let's take a ride. Oh yeah, it's about that time, right? Been waiting all week to get to this. It's finally time to defy life. Let's chop it up, keep it trail, no other way. That's what we do. We might disagree, but it's all love. Guarantee we gon' speak the truth. Yeah, this hit different. My guys with me now. Who's with us? Stick around for a few minutes. It's contagious. You'll get it. You downloaded the realest. Don't feel us, but get out. You not rocking with Defy Life, then what's your life about? This ain't the Defy Life. Told you. This is the Shy Life. I'm gonna let this ride out though. This is the Defy Life. This is the Defy Life. Welcome to the Defy Life Podcast, powered by the Defy Life Podcast Network. This episode is sponsored by Bud Bottles, home of the Bud Bottle and the Bud Freshener. Please visit budbottles.com for your odor eliminating needs. This is episode 145. Y'all come on in, wipe your feet, close the door behind you. I'm your host, JR Glymph, joined as always by my wonderful co-host, Alvin Glymph. What's good with you, cuzzo?
And can't call it, man. All Glymphing tonight. At least starting it off. I ain't mad at that. So it's cool. I'm doing good, brother. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Just getting out of the sick and shut in.
Yo,
yeah, man.
Talk about it.
Man, my wife dropped me off a late Christmas present, and she's like, "Here, you take that flu with you, son, and see how you handle that. Walk with that for me." And yeah, man, I felt like literally, I had thoughts that I might be joining the big podcast in the sky.
Say it ain't so.
Like I have never been like, for one, as a former athlete, and two, as someone who's like don't get sick often. I'm not used to my body betraying me. You know? So like if I do get sick, I'm used to just soldiering on, and I'll be out in a couple of days. Like this is some different shit. Like,
have you had the flu before?
I've had the flu once before. No, twice before. One was, and ironically, the first time I had it was like last year, like late last year, and then I had it a few years ago, but it was like really mild. This is the only time, and I've had like the two sickest times I've ever been, like this time, and then I've had bronchitis before. But this was like a combination of all that shit. Like I couldn't walk from my kitchen to my living room without like being out of breath and like breaking down and having to stop, like coughing and like. And then I've never had breathing issues, so I've never had asthma, anxiety, any of that stuff. So I've always wondered how, people with asthma, like, why can't you just breathe? And now I get it. It was like literally, like, it's like I can't get anything out of it.
The only closest thing I've had to not being able to breathe was having back spasms to where it hurt to breathe. So
yes,
it was taking short breaths, like, cause every time I would contract, my back would just shoot this shooting pain like I had never felt before. So just breathing was like, every time I would take a breath, my brain would say, "No, don't do that."
Right.
Stop. That hurts.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not fun at all, man. And I've had the flu maybe twice before, maybe 3 times like you, not. And each time it seems to get worse, and it's one of them things where kind of like you could other colds or sore throats or other things you might try to push through, but that flu is all you want to do is just lay down under the covers. Like,
right.
Yeah, I just want to stay right here.
Yeah, and like you said with the coughing, like I was coughing so hard and so often, like I felt it. Like when I was, like you said, with the pull muscle in your back, back spasms. I felt it. Like I coughed one time, and like one of the muscles in my abdominal muscles, I was like, if I cough again, like I feel like it's gonna pop, like something like a hernia or a stretch or something.
Yeah.
And so you're sick, you're gonna cough. So it happened, and I was like, oh shit, there it goes. And I felt it like give. I felt something give way. And as I'm getting better, I'm still coughing, but I still can't breathe because they brought on something called slipping rib syndrome.
Wow.
Where the bottom 3 ribs in your ribs on each side that are not connected to your sternum, they don't have as much support. So it was basically, I coughed so hard it loosened the cartilage in between the 2 ribs.
Yep.
And I could hear it moving and popping, and it's just been hell, man. Like I cannot imagine like literally being on your deathbed and knowing that this shit only gets worse. Like it ain't no getting better.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But yeah, that's how my week was, man. How was your week?
My week's been pretty good, man. I've been, at work wise, just been focused on a big project that has gonna conclude at the end of the month. So kind of working through that has been a good thing. Basketball wise, nothing to report because we had the weekend. We had Saturday games. So no big. Actually, it was good just because we were able to demonstrate that we can have a game without any type of commotion or anything in the parking lot. Right. Although it was definitely red alert. Like the refs were in their pregame warm up, like, "All right, fellas, we ain't gonna have no problem today, are we?" And I'm like, "Dang, I'm that team now."
So y'all that squad.
I got to get the extra one in, and it was definitely no tolerance for any talking back. Like a couple of my players said something, and they was like, "Yo, one more word, Tech, word, Tech," and just I get it, and actually I'm down with that, like because I'm kind of like when in the NFL when they're trying to get control of everything and they just tighten it up, and I'm like, yo, because really I don't want no problem. So that's what it takes to just have everybody. Just shut up and play basketball. I'm down with all of that because all the foolishness is dead for me. Let's move on and just hoop. So my team finished undefeated, finished the season.
Okay. All right.
Undefeated, and now playoffs start next week. So
my
younger boys, they split 5-5.
Okay.
So
playoff bound.
Playoff bound. Everybody's playoff bound.
Okay, cool.
Now it's can we get a win in the
right?
That's my goal with them. Can we get a win in the playoffs? And of course, with my big team, the goal is win that last game. So, next week, the week after, I should be able to give a report to the listeners how things turned out on Championship Saturday. But it's good, man. Everything was kind of cool. The weather's been real ugly looking like, but it was interesting. As we slide into the All-Star, coming out of the All-Star, I don't know how you thought about the dunk contest. If you got a chance to see that, but I know that's a big topic of conversation because I did spend my weekend talking about my weekend. I did spend it watching that. Yeah. At least the final round. I did see the final round, and then a lot of conversation about it, which I didn't expect that. And as I was watching it, I didn't in the moment think like, oh wow, this is gonna be something I'm gonna spend a lot of my weekend talking about. But damn if I did. So that was my weekend.
Okay. Yeah, man, it was interesting. Like that was I think And we definitely going to talk about it. It's just been a topic of conversation. I really wanted to, make sure Pooh's on because I wanted to dig at him a little bit about his man. Yeah. Give him some big ups and dig on him about his man DWade rigging the final so his former Heat.
I love it.
Right. So, and by the way, Pooh will be here in about 10 minutes. He is finishing up a episode of Speak the Truth, so he'll be joining us shortly. But yeah, I just think it was, for one, I think it was a blessing that we got to at least have like good discussion around a good dunk contest.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been like 3 years in a row where we've had good dunk contests, and we hadn't been able to say that in a while. So,
well, the reason I only watched the last round is because I done got into a habit of not checking for the slam dunk contest, where there was a time in my life where I would build my calendar around the slam dunk contest. Last 2 years, not so much, but as I just happened to, I was like, oh man, slam dunk is on. And as I flipped to it, it just happened to be the start of the final round. So I caught some of the best dunks I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah. And it's because we literally went about a decade without having that, to be able to say that. So we definitely gonna talk about the dunk contest when Pooh gets here.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Now, I was going to say, just in terms of the game itself, I didn't watch the entire game, but I did kind of watch some of the end. And I did, what I've seen on video, what I and seen of the final part of the game. I like the acknowledgement of how they did Kobe for that weekend, for the game. I like the fact that they named the trophy after him. But in particular, I thought it was kind of cool, the rule change of playing to a set amount to end the game. It took me back to kind of how you play playground basketball, so it kind of made the feel of it. But it just added a whole new dimension and strategy to the game, kind of. So, I like that part of it. And I don't know what their plan is in terms of going forward, but I would definitely be supportive of seeing that more often.
Yeah, I liked it too, and like I said, I wasn't like, I couldn't sleep, so I was watching it. I don't know how coherent I was the entire time. I like that format though. Like you said, I don't know if I could take it every year. Right. But I like the idea of switching it up, and like you said, it did give you a feeling of like guys having, a mark to get to and seeing them go for it, as opposed to like waiting to the final 2 minutes of the fourth quarter to start playing seriously. So I like that. But
and it was, I think it was a good game, competitive game, but it's kind of a good break and pause to what I anticipate to be a pretty interesting end of this season.
Interesting and intense.
Correct.
Correct. All right.
I look at there's going to be some jockeying as teams, try to get into the top four in each side. But even to see who's going to be the best team in the league, I think you're looking at Milwaukee and on one side, and I think Boston is really trying to push their way into, to the top of the East. But on the West side, man, between the Lakers, the Clippers, and I still think there's a third team in there that's going to make some noise. And I don't know if it's Houston. I'm not really sold. Right. Or Utah or Denver. I'm not really sure who that third squad is. Or even Portland. I think with Dame.
And now Dame's, it's been how healthy he is.
Oh, I didn't see that. He's hurt.
Yeah, he missed the All-Star game and the 3-point contest because Devin Booker took his spot. So,
that is true. That is true. I did.
So that's going to be huge. So the West is going to be funny money.
Yeah, man. And then I think what's also going to be interesting in the playoff is some of the bottom teams. I think those races, because I think New Orleans, with Zion, I think is also going to be a huge storyline this second half. And can they, can they make a push to be in the playoffs? And then even win a couple of games. I mean, if you're Zion and the New Orleans, if you go from losing AD to winning a playoff game or two the next season,
right?
Yo, you feeling really good about where your franchise is right now with a young Zion on your squad. So I think some of those storylines are going to be interesting too.
Yeah, and to see, of course, I think it's hard to say it's a wrap that the Lakers have the 1 seed wrapped up, but they'd have to pretty much be 500 rested, to move, because they're 5.5 up on who's in second, Utah.
Right. I think it is Utah, and
then the Clippers are third. So, so it's the Clippers. In order for the Lakers to fall back into the second seed, they pretty much have to be a 500 team in the second, even the second half. It's the final 27 games. That ain't happening. So
unless some catastrophic injury,
right? Yeah. So they've pretty much got the one as close as you can get to having it locked up. Now, the interesting thing will be
number 2 is Denver.
Denver's second.
Okay.
The interesting thing is going to be to see how teams jockey, because there's a possibility, teams are going to try to avoid the Lakers and the Clippers at all cost.
Yep.
And try to, set their seating in accordance. The interesting thing is going to be is, there's a possibility that if the Lakers and the Clippers could see each other before the Western Conference Finals, and somebody
that's true too.
So then somebody could kind of sneak their way into the Western Finals and hope, hey, maybe I can just win a series and get there.
So if you're Denver, that's your motivation to keep balling, because you don't want to see the Lakers until the finals,
exactly,
the conference finals.
Right.
So that's going to be interesting. And then as I'm looking at this list, I mean, right now, Portland is out, San Antonio is out, the Pelicans are out. Right. So
Memphis is 8 right now.
Memphis is 8, and I like Ja, so I would. He's one I would love to see in the playoffs. But then it's like if he's in, like just looking at the 8, if for Portland, San Antonio, New Orleans to get in, like who falls out? Yeah. Is it Memphis? Is it Dallas? Is it Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Is it Houston? Like I don't know. Like the West is stocked.
Right, and then what's scary for the Clippers is, like, I think, like, for all just the way that they've shaped their season. So of course we know with the resting Kawhi for so many games, that, it's just what he does. And also with them being, having the nucleus of their team just being new and not used to playing with each other. And now, and Paul George starting up the season with an injury, and now he's injured again. They don't know if his hamstring, like how soon his hamstring is going to be 100%. So they're essentially going to go into the playoffs still team building.
Yeah, that's true.
And so that could be dangerous for them if they run across a Utah team in round 1 or round 2 that, that's been playing together for a while and it has that cohesiveness. That could be dangerous for a team like the Clippers.
Well, I mean, think about it. At some point, I mean, the way these matchups could be, it could be the Clippers against the Rockets.
Right.
Now, think about that. Like, you missing Paul George, but you got to go up against a Harden and a Westbrook coming full throttle. But the other matchup that I think is pretty interesting would be Memphis. You got Ja against the Lakers, which is how it lines up right now. The Lakers against Memphis. Man, to see the young future face of the franchise, of the league, against the face of the league and another face of the like that would just be.
Yeah, and for a team like the Grizzlies, those teams are dangerous because like they so young, they nothing to lose, and they don't even know they're not supposed to be there.
Correct. So, not that you would expect them to sweep. That would be shocking. Although they coming in there thinking that they can. This is, we about to put these old guys, out their misery. That's how they come in.
Yeah.
But if they won, honestly, if they won 2 games as a franchise, I'm like, yo, that's something to hella build on.
Yeah. And like you said, if New Orleans can come, if they can come clinch that playoff, take that final seed, that 8th seed, like imagine just think about what that says for the first building block of Zion's legacy. Is, dude, I missed half the season. I came back and took your playoff
we made
spot.
the playoffs. We made it to the playoffs. Right. And took your spot.
Right.
But again, look at the bottom 5. Memphis, Dallas, Oklahoma City, and Houston. Who gets bumped for New Orleans to get in there? Wow. And even as it stays right now, the idea that you would have a Western Conference playoffs without Portland, San Antonio, or even the Pelicans, the Pelicans, that's dying, but when's the last time San Antonio and Portland have been outside looking in?
Right. Yeah.
The West is stacked. Yeah. The East is something else.
Yeah. The East, it's like Milwaukee and a bunch of other chapters.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know how you would do it, but it is I think it's kind of whack to like at some point it should be the best 16 teams. And like if someone was to ask me, yo, we're gonna let Portland, we're gonna let Portland just take Orlando Magic in the playoffs right now.
Right.
All right, I'm down with that.
Right.
I'm down with that. Y'all can play in the y'all play in the East. Y'all take their spot.
Oh man, yeah, and I wouldn't really mind just having the best 16 teams because it's not like the old days where the East never really played the West. Like you played them twice a year or something like that. Now you play them so many games, it's not like really a separation in the league anymore.
I don't know how they would do it, but if they able to figure out and be like, yo, so what we doing now is just at the end of the day, we just trying to get the best 16 teams to be playing for the championship. I would be like, good job. Mm-hmm. Good job, because you look at the Magic right now, they don't need to be in the playoffs.
Nah, they don't.
Not over a Dame.
Right. So there's a couple teams in the East that shouldn't be. The Magic shouldn't be there. I like Brooklyn scrappiness, but they shouldn't be there.
Correct. Correct.
So
they're a casualty waiting to happen.
Right. So I don't know. But this is the world we live in. So
True indeed. I ain't the commissioner yet, so
right, man, waiting on that shit to happen.
keep writing, listeners. Man. Keep getting that commission going. Get that petition.
We're gonna turn does the commissioner have a house like the president? If not, we're gonna ask for one when you get there. We moving everybody.
I'm down with that. Hell, in baseball, they put his name on the trophy. So on the World Series trophy, commissioner,
right. It is
in the World.
Yeah. So we got to work on that. We get the Defy Life mansion.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's jump into a little bit of house cleaning before we really get into the meat of the show. Okay. We do have, as we talked about last week, first episode of season 3 of the Defy Life Trivia Battleground coming up. So y'all watch out for that. That'll be the first episode will be recorded soon. Secondly, I want to welcome Miss Megan Barry to the Defy Life family. Joining on. What's up, Megan? Just jumped on and joined us as a contributor on GoDefyLife.com. So amazing writer. She is a person who has a way with words, and I enjoy reading her stuff, and we're excited to have her on board. So welcome aboard, sis. Megan, it's great to have you here.
Word.
And lastly, I want to give a shout out, man. I didn't have this on the original show notes, but this kind of happened after I made the notes. So rest in peace to Miss Janae Dubois, a.k.a. Walona Woods from Good Times. She passed away today at the age of 74.
Wow.
Yeah, man, it's tough. Again, like, first of all, 2020, you are killing me with this shit. Like, 2020 ain't playing no games. Like, amazing career as an actress, as a singer. A lot of people don't realize she's the one that sang the Moving On Up song from the Jeffersons.
Moving On Up.
And then just, her, aging gracefully with her, recurring roles on other shows as she got older, as far as like the Wayans brothers, all that stuff. But originally known to us as Walona Woods, the energetic neighbor of the Evans family. So
also known as Janet Jackson's mom on
Janet
TV.
Janet Jackson's TV mama. That's right.
Penny's mom. I mean, a great actress. A great role.
Right. I'm gonna
character.
get you, sucker.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, I forgot that role.
Right.
So just she had a great career, have a great legacy. On one of the number one black sitcoms, ever. Iconic sitcom, and to have a character on that show is always something to be proud of. And she was one of the characters from the beginning to the end. They did add a couple of characters, but she was on and dropped a couple, but she was on from the beginning to the end. Great actress.
Yeah, and she's one of the most iconic, like side characters in TV history. So one of the more miscellaneous characters where, there were very few until like the later episodes where, again, other characters started leaving. But there were very few early episodes that were centered around her. But she always found a way to steal a scene.
Correct. Between the comments between her and James, early on they would have some wisecrack. Right. Definitely the comments between her and Bookman. Booger. So they definitely increased her lines as I think popularity, and like you said, she was a scene stealer. But as the years went by, she became more and more integral part of the show. Right. Especially by the time Penny came around, because then there were episodes of that show. There were episodes where the moms wasn't even on the show.
Right.
So she was kind of the adult woman on the show and had a major part in the series. So rest in peace.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. And thank you for all you did.
Yeah, definitely. So, but yeah, man. And again, y'all, I'm really just joining the world of the living. So we ain't gonna be on here all night. I ain't got no new gospel for y'all today, this evening. So we're gonna just jump straight on into it, man. Al, and we'll come back and talk the dunk contest if Pooh joins. Pooh, he'll show up next Thursday and be like, man, I forgot. So we'll see. But I want to talk some crazy NFL offseason stuff with you.
Yeah.
So just some little stuff been kind of popcorning up, and just want to touch on it really quick. So first of all, with it being you, I definitely want to discuss this with you. Is the Tom Brady to the Cowboys crazy talk?
Pure crazy talk.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay. I hope it is.
I mean, partly I hope it is, but also I think our team is, as an organization, I think we, over the last 5 to 7 years have tended to be more football focused. And so to me, like this speaks of, of a Jerry Jones of yesteryear type trying to get some attention to the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
This might make sense, and I might be like, yeah, you never know. But I think where our organization is now is I really think we have a good sense of who we are and what we need, and Tom Brady isn't it. Especially when you have a young quarterback that you are growing with. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be one thing if we didn't have the answer, at least, or even a possible answer at quarterback. Then I'd be like, all right, kind of where we were when we were getting Drew Bledsoes of the world. All right, I say go for it. I would be all supportive of it. But that's not who we are. It just doesn't align up with where we are as an organization. So to me, it's crazy talk. It's real crazy talk.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, not that I can say I can't see Tom Brady going to the Cowboys. I absolutely could, because it's a ready-made situation for him to win. But I just don't see. I don't see Jerry investing that much into someone who's going to basically send Dak out of town for good for only a couple years, when Jerry feels so proud of the fact that he thinks he discovered Dak Prescott.
Correct.
So he ain't letting him walk that easy.
Right. And so to him, he's not finished with the Dak project.
Right. Yeah. He wants. Yeah.
He wants to win with him.
Yeah. He don't want to be no turns in that road.
Nah, I really think, to your point, I think the ego in him, he wants to win with this quarterback that he feels like you said, he discovered. He believed in. No, not all of y'all passed on him. Right. And look what we did. We won the Super Bowl, although he passed 3 rounds on them, but we won't bring that up.
Exactly. Oh, man. We'll see. I think Colin Cowherd called it the domino effect.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard his name mentioned with quite a few teams. Though.
Right, yeah.
I was talking with
Chargers.
The patriarch of our family today. He's talking about he heard they coming to the Giants.
Oh, no. Ain't no way.
That's what I said. He's like, I'm just telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I heard. I was like, what?
This is crazy talk. Man.
Yeah, I was getting real crazy talk.
Right.
But but at the same time, if you have a free agent season where what many people feel is the GOAT is available,
right?
I'm not surprised that every franchise is like, y'all not gonna even look at Tom Brady.
Right. I mean, you're right.
We got Trubisky at quarterback. Y'all not even gonna think about getting Tom Brady. I'm not saying you gotta get him, but.
Gotta think, but I've heard people say that too. And now that you mention it, like, if Ben Roethlisberger is not healthy, if he's not ready to go,
why not?
Do you sign him for a season and just throw money at Tom? Why not? So
I mean, if it really just would depend on what organization, where I was as an organization, and also draft wise, what my options were, because I don't see too many great free agent options. I mean, I would definitely look at Terry Bridgewater. Like, I like Teddy B, but other than that, if you are San Diego and you're not expecting to get one of the top quarterbacks, or you don't believe that the quarterback you would draft is ready, I think they got a talented team to where, I mean, I'm not saying Tom Brady is the answer, but if you have Phillip Rivers as your quarterback, Tom Brady ain't worked.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, you could, if it's Tom Brady, it's probably maybe all 32 teams in the league. You could make up some shit to make it make sense. To get Tom Brady for a year as your quarterback. So all 32 teams would come up with a reason. Well, I say 30, outside of Baltimore and Kansas City.
Yeah.
Any of the other 30 teams, you like, hey, just make up some shit. It'll make sense. We're getting Tom Brady.
And it's definitely if you are an owner like Jerry Jones, who just loves having people talk about him,
right? Yeah.
This is a good conversation to have,
right? And even if it ain't the Tom Brady that he once was, he's still the GOAT.
Yeah, and worth talking about,
right?
As a franchise, but I think for some teams, conversation is going to be quicker than others. It's like,
absolutely.
Nah, he's not a good fit.
Right? Yeah.
No.
So I don't know. So other crazy talk. A lot of crazy talk this NFL offseason. Another crazy talk is Myles Garrett gets his ass fresh off suspension and still accusing Mason Rudolph of calling him a nigga.
Hey, how we know he lying?
Well, I ain't saying he's lying.
I fucked up shit about this whole situation.
Right, but it's been months, literally months, and the season's over. The NFL's done an investigation from the NFL standpoint. Both teams have been investigated. Nobody can concur. Nobody has seconded what he says. So at this point, he's really setting himself up for a lawsuit. If he keeps saying it and keeps pounding the table on it, when even his teammates have said, I didn't hear anything. Right. And now, Mason Rudolph's attorney is like, look, if he keeps saying this stuff, eventually my client is going to have to defend himself. He's setting himself up.
Let me ask you this, though. Put yourself in Myles Garrett's shoes, especially put yourself in his shoes if someone had called you a nigga. Mm-hmm. Once you get off suspension, after somebody done called you a nigga and you zoned out, now regrettably you zoned out, but you zoned out because this dude called you a nigga. You get back off suspension, what's the first thing you talking about?
I would imagine
probably still a little hot.
Yeah, I would imagine I'd still be hot. But like we talked about before, I just ain't the one that's go zone out because some dude called me a nigga.
Oh, no. I get you. But I'm just saying.
I could imagine I would too. I would come back and be like, he still called me a nigga though.
Right. Yeah, I just want to let y'all know.
Right.
And while it's fucked up what I did, real talk. That shit wasn't no bullshit. Yeah, he did call me.
Yeah.
Word out. It's been months though. I'm just saying. I'm getting back to work and I'm on my own business.
Right.
But for the record, because I know talking shit about me now that I'm back. For the record, he did call me a nigga.
Yeah, I don't know. And I guess two things. One, now he's to the point where I get that, but now you keep pushing it. At some point, you're going to piss the people off who not even necessarily had your back, but the people that were willing to give you the benefit of the doubt. You're going to end up pissing them off because you just won't shut the fuck up. Because we've all been in a situation, and myself included, where I think I've heard somebody say something, and nobody else can back me up on it.
Yeah, true that.
And at some point, I got to be willing to say, you know what? Maybe I heard it. Maybe I thought I heard something. Maybe not. But nobody else heard it. Fuck it. Let's move on.
Definitely let's move on. Or I hate to go to that, what show with Tom Cruise? You Can't Handle the Truth. What movie was that? A Few Good Men.
Few Good Men.
So there's a line in there where he was like, it ain't about what you believe, it's about what you can prove.
Right.
So at some point, you gotta just look at the situation and be like, yo, you know what? I truly believe, and in my heart, I'm positive that's what he said. But at the end of the day, though, it's just my word against his.
Right.
And how much do I want to push this when, as long as it's my word against his, I'm not gaining anything. Mm-hmm. And you're right, to your point, I might be even losing things. Because without any real evidence, it's not like you're going to get more people to believe that's what he said. Right. Either people are going to believe you or not. But in this case, without any evidence, it is what it is and keep moving. But what I find it hard to believe, though, is that the NFL has no recording of this. Like, as much as they mic up everything.
Especially for a game on Monday Night Football.
Correct. And y'all got microphones pointing
Thursday
at
night,
the
whatever
night
it was. Yeah. Right.
Like, y'all ain't get no sound. Y'all was real quick to put that shit out. Like, before y'all even ask. Nah, motherfucker, we ain't got no sound. Next question.
Right.
Next question.
Right. And what wouldn't shock me is if it ain't, like, if there were recordings that they're trying to cover up, it ain't that they're trying to cover up. It's some other shit that they don't want the public to hear. And that just got caught in, as a byproduct. Like, right. Just let that shit ride, because we definitely don't want them to hear this other shit.
It's dead. Right. We ain't got it. We ain't got it.
Right. Like, because I think, like, I don't think it would be worth it for them to cover that up. Just if it were a recording, if he said it, he got caught, they'd be happy to find his ass and get some more money out of him. But I think if they did, they said there were mics, but they were just enhancement mics. They weren't recording. So I don't know. It's just hard. Like you said, it's hard for me to believe the NFL doesn't have 22 players on the field. Nobody's being recorded.
So I guess my next question is, though, is it like, so let's go the other way. And now let's just say, you know what? Mason didn't say it. And not only did he not say it, oh boy didn't even come hearing it. He made this shit up. Not to say that's true, but I'm just saying, let's just play devil's advocate. And is that shit a real phenomenon? Do you know? I can't even say I can't say I know anybody who's done that. So I'm like, I don't. It's not a phenomenon in my experience to where black people are making this shit up. But so I'm just curious, have you ever seen that? Because I have this incident that we had in the rec league, and I don't know. I'm not saying anybody made it up or not. I just know in a similar situation, we have no proof of anyone saying it. And it always makes you wonder, like, damn, did you make this shit up?
Right. Now, I've never personally been a witness of a story like that, and then I'm like, nah, you lying. I was there. Ain't nobody said that shit. Right. But I have read stories of people being caught, lying and saying, no, you called me a nigga. I remember there was this, it's like a city councilman or something like that, or county council, something in South Carolina. I just forgot where it was, and of course I didn't research this. He got pulled over by the police for having bad tags on his car or something, and he claimed that the cop, was racially profiling him and harassing him, and basically, giving him the business for being a nigga. And when the cops body cam video was released, none of that shit happened. The cop was nice as he could be. And so so I seen that shit where it's like, been a story, and I read about it, but I've never been a personal witness of it.
Oh yeah, okay. So it does happen.
So,
it does happen. And you got that case out in Chicago with the was it Millette, the actor?
Oh yeah, Juicy Smollett.
Yeah.
Juicy Smollett. We know about Juicy.
Making shit up,
right? So even French niggas do it.
Even French motherfuckers, they do that shit. Not the French niggas. Yeah, the French niggas.
Niggas too. But yeah, man. So I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, Myles Garrett just says, you know what? Ain't nobody trying to hear me. Just let the shit go, because nobody's heard it. So, because I don't want him. I don't want this to become part of his legacy. Is the dude who screamed nigga. I don't want it to be his story.
Oh man. So what is that? So would you rather it be true?
Well, I would rather no.
Would you
because
rather
at this point,
come out where
God,
Mason Rudolph has his audio tape from prom, and he's like, man, fuck them niggas, man.
Right,
nigga,
but that's the thing. Like, all right, we'll never know that this particular incident is true or not. Chances are. So, but it wouldn't shock me if somebody has heard Mason Rudolph call somebody, like, but we talked about this before too. Like, if somebody were present in the average black household, you know what I mean? You know how much shit we're going to talk about white folks? And somebody's present in the average white household. You know how much shit and how many N-words you're going to hear within the confines of your own home? But that don't, like, that's just how people touch living room talk.
Right.
You know, like, so I'm sure somebody has heard Mason Rudolph call somebody a nigga. It wouldn't shock me if they did.
That don't mean he did it that night.
That don't mean he did it exactly. And that don't mean he'd be stupid enough to do it that night.
Correct.
So, I don't know. Last round of crazy talk in this NFL offseason. So Antonio Brown has come full circle. He's apologized to Ben Roethlisberger. And Mike Tomlin quickly shut his ass down. Did you see that?
Yes. Mike Tomlin has just continually showed up to be just one of them coaches that it don't matter what team you on. I respect your gangster.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, yeah, he on the Steelers, and I ain't had a lot of love for Steelers. But at the same point, there are some Steelers who I've been able to recognize, like, you know what, you transcend my dislike for your organization,
right?
And I'm gonna give you props because I like the way you get down. And Tomlin is one of them dudes. And yeah, I'm sitting there like, really? Why are we even going here? And why y'all listening to him? Like he that dude, you walking down the street and he talking, he be like, yo, I can't believe y'all stopped. Nah, we ain't stopping. I told y'all we don't listen to that dude. Keep walking. No, keep walking. Don't pay him no attention. Keep walking. Why we listening to him?
Yeah. And it's like, I mean, one, it's not like it's not a new trend. This is what Antonio Brown does. He's, you know, obviously when he's in this kind of mood, he's going to try to butter everyone up to try to win over some graces and get himself another opportunity. Just so he can, you know, when he swings the other way, he'll damage the situation, blow it up, you know, beyond recognition. So it's just what he does, and I was glad for one that Ben didn't even respond. And Mike Tomlin, when asked about it, was like, hey, once a Steeler, always a Steeler. We hope for the best for him, but there's no business interest.
Mm-hmm.
And keep it moving. And at this point, I think the fact that Antonio Brown has come full circle, and if you saw the crazy shit he was saying about Ben Roethlisberger before, the fact that he's apologizing now, I think he's realizing that he's probably played his last down in the NFL.
Wow, that's crazy, but not surprising.
All right. So, I mean, you go through all that shit, all the shit he went through just to come back full circle and try to get back into Steelers' good graces. Like, dude, you got what you wanted. So, I don't know.
Wow. I mean, like, just think how far we are away from the Steelers roster of 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Right. Yeah. When you look back 3 years ago, and that's just offensively.
Just offensively.
Yeah, just a good, you know, Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown, Martavis Bryant. Like,
yep. Oh man, I forgot about him.
Right. So,
I mean, but that's, you know, a reminder in the NFL, man. It's season to season.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
right.
Everything changes so much in one season. 2 seasons, it's like a decade.
Damn right.
It's like,
yeah.
I mean, it's funny because again, I look at where Dallas was last offseason, where we ain't got no holes to fill.
Mm-hmm.
A draft, what's a draft? Like we straight. Next season goes by, you know, between people retiring, free agency, people not living up to stuff, whatever. It's just kind of like, oh man, we got holes.
Yeah.
You know, we need a good draft. I'm like, now I'm paying attention to the draft again because I'm like,
right.
we could use a linebacker, a cornerback, a safety.
Yeah.
So it's just different year to year to year.
It is, and it's funny. So the Steelers have taken defensive players 7 drafts in a row in the first round, trying to rebuild that defense. And now they finally do it, and now we got to go replace all them dudes who are on offense who gave us the luxury of being able to do that. All right, and now the positions that are deep in this year's draft are the positions that we traditionally would have been looking for: pass rushers and cornerbacks. Now we like, fuck. Nah, we need like running backs and guards and tight end. Like, we need that shit. We ain't drafted them in the first round in so long. So like you said, it's year to year and shit's never the same. And you hear people all the time say, "Man, we'll be back." Nah, you never know.
Nah, you never know. You got to see how the season plays out. You got to see what your draft. You got to see, how people develop, because that's so big, in terms of that off-season improvement.
Yeah.
That's hard to anticipate.
Yeah, and like actually when the season actually starts, like, can you avoid injury? How's the team chemistry? The ball just bounce your way. You get lucky sometimes. Like, a lot of times that's what it takes.
And the other thing that's hard to predict is the decline. So while, you're expecting somebody to improve, some players you're just like, oh man, damn, I didn't know you was gonna suck that fast.
Right.
Like, damn, what happened? You just fell off.
Right. You
just fell off. What happened?
Yeah. So, but that's the intriguing part of the league, man.
Well, I'm glad. I'm looking forward to this new era, because they're just, you look at the faces, the quarterbacks. I know you figure not all of them are going to hit, but even just if half of them hit in terms of being great superstar quarterbacks, it's going to be nice to see brothers. I mean, that just to think where we've come from to where there were no black quarterbacks in our lifetime to now, like, the best quarterbacks in the league will be brothers. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And not just one, like several.
The top 5. Like,
yeah. Several. Like, damn, what? And then it's like, what's it going to look like in 20 years?
Right. Yeah. So, did you watch any of the XFL games this week?
I did not. But I am going to add that to my count. Like, I peeked at. Now, I mean, literally, I say I did not, but I peeked at maybe a drive.
Wow.
But from that one look, I was like, you know what? Next week, I'm gonna try to actually watch it a little bit more.
Yeah, but let me know when you do, because I was as I was bedridden, I watched a couple games and it was good. So,
yeah, I think it's I mean, again, as long as something's competitive, it can keep my attention from a sports perspective. You know, the challenge is, like, in the NFL, even in college, because I know the players, that adds something to the mix. But just on a competitive tip, what I was watching, I was like, okay, it might be entertaining.
Right, yeah, and it's not bad football. And then you will see some names, you're like, oh shit, I remember him. So definitely worth checking out. So another so from a completely different sport, but it kind of ties all sports together. Only one person we know can do this, can tie all sports together with his delusion, and that's Floyd Money Mayweather. That's the only man in the world who can tie all sports together. Now, as of course the male athlete of the decade was named, and of course did you see that?
I did not.
Okay, so who would you think would be the male athlete of the decade?
LeBron James.
You're absolutely right. How far down on that list do you think it would be before the male athlete of the decade? 20 would it be 2011 to 2010 to 2019? To the end of 2019. How far down on that list you think Floyd Mayweather would be? Would he be second for you?
Probably second. Who would I want to be second? No, I can't see. That would be shocking if he was second.
Right. Okay. So. All right. I'll just go ahead and. Would it be shocking? Would it be eighth for you?
Probably out of all athletes,
all male athletes, and considering the second half of this decade, the last 5 years.
I was about to say, but
the only people Floyd fought was Manny Pacquiao, an old, out of his prime Manny Pacquiao, and a dude who's not even a boxer. Those are the only 2 fights he's had over the past.
Oh, that's it? Those are the only 2 fights he's had? Oh, hell
right.
No.
Exactly.
So, that being said, he probably isn't in my top 20.
Right. Not according to Floyd. Now, Floyd goes on to, say, much respect to LeBron, but it ain't no way that man it ain't no way that man or nobody else is higher on the list of male athletes for this decade than I am. And only thing I could do is give Floyd the blank face meme look on my face. I can't. First of all, like I just said, you haven't been active. Now we're just talking about, if we were talking about the previous decade, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I could. I mean, I have to see his fights, but
right,
I'm sure he wouldn't be 20.
Right, and so that's one thing. But if we're talking about this decade, the 2010s, I mean, definitely LeBron. Let me know if you agree with the names I'm rattling off ahead of Floyd. So definitely LeBron. Definitely Tom Brady.
Yep.
Steph Curry.
Yep.
Rafael Nadal.
Okay.
And I'm just going Djokovic, the Joker, the tennis Joker.
Yep.
The other tennis. Rafael Nadal and Federer, Roger Federer.
Okay, I'll take him too. He's been dominant.
So we got Steph, Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
All right.
In this decade.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Leonardo Messi.
Oh, definitely. I was going to see if he was going to shout him out. Yes.
All right. Mike Trout.
Definitely.
And I'm just off the top of my head. I'm trying to think of.
Nobody
Peyton
else
Manning.
Football? I was about to say, this decade, I might even put Drew Brees.
Drew Brees. If we talking about this decade of boxers, I might put. There's a few that would go ahead of Floyd.
True that.
Like if we're talking about this decade.
Why wouldn't you put the heavyweight dude over him?
Right. Why don't you put Wilder or Joshua?
True.
Shit, I might even put Manny up there ahead of Floyd for this decade.
Maybe some UFC fighters.
Yes.
Jim Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Or John Jones.
John Bones Jones. Yeah, John Jones. Yeah. I mean, it's a bunch. It's a bunch.
Yeah. He's and again, shout out to his career.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm a Floyd guy.
But he's fucking.
But yeah, but again, like that's typical of a boxer, because boxers generally don't know when their time has passed. Like boxers always think they can come back and win. Adrian Peterson, yeah.
I mean, you think about the last 10 years. What is he? Adrian Peterson is 33 now? How old is Peterson?
33, 34, yeah.
Okay, so the last 10 years, this is 23.
The bulk of his career, yeah.
That's his career, right. So AP?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And again,
Gronkowski.
Oh yeah, okay, the Gronk.
Yeah, I mean, ain't no way. I mean, but like it's boxers that are 70 years old now that still think they can come back and win the championship. So they like boxers still don't. That's just how they're wired. They always think they're relevant. DWade,
Harden.
Damn, James Harden, yeah.
I mean,
right.
Yeah, come on, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you really, man, no. Floyd bugging.
Yeah, you wonder how much is it just to get a little shine and attention, and I ain't mad at you.
Yeah. Shit. How about this name? Thomas Stevens.
I'm
good, man.
Maybe 30 on my list.
Pooh, you think you rank ahead of Floyd as top male athletes of this decade?
Nah, I ain't gonna do Floyd like that, man. But I hear y'all rallying on. So Floyd says he's number one this decade.
Yeah, Floyd say he wiping we mopping the floor with everybody.
Okay. Well, I would disagree with this decade from 2000.
Right. Yes. Right. Yeah.
10 to now.
Yeah. And like I said, Floyd's the only two fights Floyd has had in the second half of this decade is Manny Pacquiao and the UFC dude,
McGregor,
Conor McGregor,
notorious
Keon's guy. Yeah.
That guy.
So ain't no way.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be the equivalent of like Shaq saying, "Yeah, I'm still relevant. I'm the top athlete of the decade." You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you're still an athlete. Like you still Shaq, but you ain't still an active athlete.
Tim Duncan get on the stage, huh?
Right?
What about me?
Oh man. So yeah, Floyd bugging, man. Pooh, we kind of touched over. Glad you jumped on, man. First of all, man, how was your week?
Man, my week's going well. Definitely can't complain. I'm getting how I live, man.
Cool.
How about yours? Yeah.
Good, man. Good. Like I was telling Al.
What up?
My wife tried to kill me, but I'm good.
No, man. Right.
Oh, yeah. I think she finally threw me some pills when she checked the bank account and realized she ain't quite there yet.
True.
She's like, "Oh no, I gotta save this thing."
Nah, he needs to keep working.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
she started the first wave and
right.
didn't carry it through.
Right.
Like Japan. Yeah.
Yeah. So she just injured me. Oh man, how's your show?
My show?
Yeah, you said I thought y'all was recording tonight.
No.
Oh
man, my taxes, man.
Oh, you doing grown folks work.
I'm trying to get paid, man. Right. I need some bread.
Right. Oh, well, got them done?
Yeah. They wrapped them up, man.
Okay.
Keita had lost some information, and she was trying to garner that information for like the last 35 minutes. So I was like, "Yo, get done."
Right.
So I can get on.
Oh yeah. I don't know. For some reason, I thought y'all was recording the episode. Yeah, you was doing real folks work.
Yeah. Nah, we wasn't recording. Them cats got the week off, and then we're gonna jump back in it.
Cool. All right. A couple things I wanted to ask you before we get to this dunk contest talk. So one, I know you said that. I mean, I know Speak the Truth has wrapped up as far as its concentration on power, and power has ended. So y'all are rebranding the show. First of all, tell us how you felt about the ending of Power, and where it ended up at, and two, go ahead and tell us how we could be expecting things to look from Speak the Truth.
Man, I hate it. Though, I mean, put it like this: as a show, it was a very, very good show. But, however, being, so to speak, simple and transparent, I totally hated it. Because you saw what was gonna happen. Episode 2 of the season out of a 15 show season, and that's too soon for the end to be revealed. You saw what was happening and what it was a collision course for, and I was just hoping, and I was hoping for the show's sake, because at that point I was like, you know what, this may be in lines for the best show that I've ever seen. Like, I was ranking it; it was right there with Martin and and The Wire and the Cosby. But I mean, for it being predictable, it kind of faltered just a tad bit. However, it's still in my top 3, top 3 of all time.
True.
And you're gonna make me start watching the show.
Nah, yo, I'm telling you, from season 1 to season 6, man, it's hella dope. It's hella dope. Like, once you start binging, bro, you're not gonna stop. You're not gonna stop. It's ill. It's really ill. And then the show was great with the characters, and I'm talking about Speak the Truth, the characters, and how everyone meshed together, a bunch of laughing, joking. It was great cast. So I enjoyed it. So we and I guess what we're going to transform to, maybe a little bit of everything. We're going to keep the personalities on because, like I said, we mesh well together. It's what six co-hosts, including me. Everyone bring their different qualities to the table, personalities. So it's going to be a great show, great fun. You're going to laugh through the entire show. A little seriousness, however, it's definitely going to be super entertaining. And if you haven't heard any of the Power shows, the Speak the Truth shows, definitely go back and listen. They're hilarious.
No doubt. Yeah, y'all got some characters on that show, man. Shout out to B.
No doubt.
So me and Al were talking when we first got on. So the dunk contest this weekend, ended up being with Derrick Jones Jr. from the Miami Heat won. I think there was a lot of uproar because controversy. People thought it should have at least been a tie, and stories started coming out that the judges wanted it to be a tie, but one of the judges threw it off, and turns out the DWade score was the one that was off from what they planned because people are saying that he wanted his old teammate to win. What you think about that, man?
I can see it, but I know definitely before the final, I heard Wade clamoring, "Hey, go ahead and tie. That's it." And he did stand up, like he was about to walk off, and they called him back. But he was clamoring for a tie at that point. But definitely, once they got into it, and those guys dunked, man, I think he threw up like a 7 or 8, which was utterly ridiculous. So he definitely shaved. He definitely shaved for Jones Jr.
Yeah, man.
He definitely shaved. And I get totally what Gordon was saying as well. He was like, "Yo, every time I dunk been a 50. So how can we possibly be still dunking?"
Right.
But the rules though.
So I got a perfect score every time I dunked. So I mean, I get that part. But I get that part that they still was in a dunk off as well. But once they got to that point, they definitely could have split it, But and I get Jones Jr., man. He definitely got a payday out the deal from Puma. So, that was great as well. But they definitely should have called it off.
Hold up. He got the what I did from Puma?
Payday. He signed a deal, a Puma deal from the dunk contest.
Okay. Shout out to him.
Right, and no shade to Derrick. Derrick did his thing.
Oh my goodness, yes. Yes.
And I think the only reason it was controversy is because it was so tight.
Right.
Yeah.
But and the only knock I would have to Aaron Gordon is he basically did a lot of the same dunks right after Jones did it. You know, he just did it a different, like he'd spin the other way but do the same dunk.
Right.
So that would be my only knock on him. I can't fault either one of those guys. They gave everything. And
they gave everything. Yeah.
Right. I just think at the end, as a group, the judges botched it up and they screwed the pooch on that one. So ain't no we could do but move on and hope for another good one next year.
That's it. I just can't believe like Wade would give such a low score. To me that was ridiculous. That was flat out ridiculous.
It's that DWade shit, man.
He gave a 9?
No, he gave like a 7 or 8 for that final dunk. That's how Jones ended up winning by 1 because all Gordon needed. I think all Gordon needed was like an 8 from Wade.
Yeah,
you know, because
tie, right? Didn't he just lose by 1?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he lost by 1. Yeah. So Wade gave him everyone else to get the same numbers except Wade. Wade dropped 2. So what was the 7? Yeah, 7, 8, something like that. But it was. Yeah. I don't think Wade shouldn't have been up there anyway with Jones in the dunk contest because Jones was like the favorite, or he and Gordon was the 2 favorite. I don't think Wade with his Miami ties. I don't even think even though it's Chicago, I don't think Wade should have been a judge.
Yeah, it's a lot of they could have put Twist up there, man. For anybody,
right. Agreed. No, agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. Totally agreed. Chance.
Yeah.
Dudes, totally agreed.
Them dudes are saying smoking on hay could have been up there.
Right. I can't remember those.
Crucial conflict. Yeah, crucial conflict could have been up there.
Yeah, no doubt.
So, but you're right. Wade had no business being there, man. It was conflict of interest. It was a crucial conflict of interest. See what I did there?
Crucial conflict.
Nah, but for real, he didn't have any business being up there. Even Shaq could have been. I mean, anyone else. Without any
Chicago ties. Man, Ryan Sandberg could have been there. Anybody.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Andre Dawson. Yo, I would have paid. I'd pay to see Andre Dawson judge.
They had Urlacher up there, man. I don't know.
Yeah, we had
Trubisky.
Yeah.
Trubisky.
No, hey, no cap though. Khalil Mack. I mean,
right?
One of our big stars, but definitely not. I didn't like the way. I didn't like. Derrick. I don't know, man. It's anybody.
Yeah, it's a bunch of folks, man. Barack or Oprah. We go to before we name DWade. It's kind of like a bunch of folks before we get to Floyd. So
but I really like Barack Obama though. I like that, Jay.
That would have been dope.
No, that would have been dope. He knows about ball. He knows about basketball. Right. So, Jay, you hit that on the head. Should have had Barack. Barack.
But DWade probably threw his name in the hat. I do it. He did.
Right.
No.
Right.
DWade. I forget he's from Chicago though. Like that slips. I don't always remember that. But okay.
Yeah. We covered that kid coming out, and Miami moved up on us. I don't know how they did it. They didn't even let the cat the bag. Like we had no idea them cats was drafting
D-Wade. They didn't even bring him in for a visit.
Right. We had no idea. Like no one was talking Wade because he was like the oldest cat that they were, in the draft. Not in the draft, but like they were talking about in the lottery.
Right.
So he was old. He was the only guy that went 4 years. No one was talking about Wade.
Yeah. Small and
Right.
Yeah, man. Well,
y'all could have used him.
They damn sure could have. Yeah. So we got one listener question of the week. It's a really interesting question from Demetrius in Denton, Texas. Al, what food will you absolutely not eat under any circumstances? If your wife's favorite cousin cooked it, and she was like, "You got to try this," and you was like, "Nah, I don't eat that shit," what would it be?
So honestly, it ain't much. That list is probably like 2 or 3 things,
right?
Because I damn near eat everything.
Right.
But one of those things that I ain't eat that. would be it's two that keep coming up to mind, so I'll just throw both out there. But I don't eat goat and I don't eat lamb.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Any reasons why, or
Just don't like the taste. Neither
Okay.
one of them.
Wow. Okay. All right. Pooh, how about you? What's one of the what's one or a couple things that don't matter who cook it, how much you rate them, how good everybody say it is, you ain't eating that shit.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and omit pork because we don't do pork.
Right.
So I'm not even gonna mention that. I probably will go out and say I'll probably say liver. I'm not gonna do liver. But I hate crab legs too. But I'm gonna say liver.
Wow. You don't like crab legs?
Nah, man, it's too much. It takes too much the way the sea tells.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't like that.
Okay.
Yeah. That's definitely on my list. Anything seafood,
Right.
But I'll take pork out. I'll take seafood out because everybody know I don't eat this shit. Like the only, of course, the older I got, I can eat shrimp every now and then, but any kind of
Right.
You know,
Right, every now and then, right.
But fish tastes like the ocean to me. It tastes like water. I don't like that shit.
Right.
I would have to say anything tongue, like beef tongue. I've seen people have like duck tongue taco, like that kind of shit. I'd be like, nah, I ain't eating some shit they used to eat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I can't.
Right.
So anything tongue, that I don't even know how you can bring yourself to eat that shit.
Ew, just something with that pores in it.
Right, it's all rough and yeah.
So it's funny because I have the last 2 months or so, I've had this, and sometimes I go to these like eating binges where it's just like I find a taste for something and I'm just like eating that shit like as much as I can. The thing that's happened most recently is red snapper. And I like getting it from Caribbean restaurants, and I like getting it with the head on. And
gosh,
yeah, man, like that's just been my thing over the last 2 months is escovitch, red snapper, and they're like head on or head off. Nah, nigga, head on.
Wow,
and delicious.
I would lose my lunch if I would even see that. If I would see that, I would lose my lunch, man.
Wow, but like especially when I was younger, or when I meet new people now. Of course, everybody always has no, but you ain't had it when I make it. What people don't get is I don't eat fish, so I don't have like this. My taste buds can't like tell the difference between different kinds of fish. Fish tastes like fish to me. You know what I'm saying? Or like people that drink a lot of coffee. They can, hey, I like this place. I don't drink coffee, so coffee tastes like coffee to me. So I always try to explain to people like when you, like Al, you said you have, when you have this like hankering for a certain type of fish, it's because your taste buds are trained to know the difference and to like it. Because, to know what you like, to know what you're craving and direct in on it. So I don't like, if you were to say to me like, oh man, you don't like the red snapper with the fish head, with the head on it. Well, how can you not like that? I don't know what difference between that and the mullet from down the street. So it's amazing to me that you can tell the difference and different kinds of fish because all fish just taste like fish to me.
Yeah. So I don't know if I could, I'm definitely not at the point where like I could do a blind taste test, but
right.
Be like, oh no, that right there, that's perch. I couldn't do that,
right.
But it's definitely like some fish, whatever just I can taste like, oh, this tastes different than another fish.
Okay.
They definitely do taste different to me just because I just eat enough fish. Coffee too, so because some people's coffee, and I understand your point because to some extent coffee is coffee. Guy, so I ain't that guy that I gotta have Colombian or African. I ain't that dude. But there is some people's coffee that's nasty. Like so, to me, like I don't drink Chick-fil-A coffee. Like to me, that shit is nasty to me.
Mm-hmm.
And there's other coffees that ain't nasty, but for whatever reason, Chick-fil-A is just like, ew.
Okay.
I don't know what y'all do to y'all coffee, but this shit is nasty to me.
Right. All right. Yeah. Like my wife is a coffee connoisseur, so she knows all the difference in that shit. But yeah. But I don't know. I mean, it's some shit that, like, before you even stopped eating pork, or before, you know, or like, I wouldn't eat chitlins anyway. I don't like. So chitlins can be served from Nia Long's backside. I ain't eating that shit. So certain things, you know, certain seafood, I can eat shrimp. And that's about it, and only in small portions, and dipped in cocktail sauce. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know there's some people that have like weird things they won't eat. I mean, I know Pooh don't eat chicken. Well, Pooh, you don't eat chicken with the bone on it or some shit, right?
I eat it.
You don't eat chicken, man?
I eat it. I mean, I eat it sometimes. Now, I'm not gonna eat more than 4 small pieces. And if it's like, if it's too much, like bigger than my pinky, I'm not gonna eat it. It's weird, man. If it's like, it has to be very, very small. If it's big, it just tastes like flesh to me. I'm not gonna eat much of it. I'm just not gonna eat much of it.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, because you know, Chick-fil-A, that's of course processed, so it has a different taste, a different feel to it. However, like home cooked fried chicken and things of that nature, I'm not gonna eat a big piece. It just tastes like flesh to me. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
But you eat other meats?
Yeah. I mean, I eat other meat. I'm cutting back now, but because meat, it just tastes differently to me now. But yeah, I eat some.
The stuff we like and the stuff we don't like. Like Al, you said, lamb. I love lamb. I hate goat.
Yeah, me too. I love lamb too.
But yeah, I hate goat. It tastes muddy to me, like the texture.
Yeah. That's how I feel about goat, and I don't know what it is about lamb, but it's not even the texture as much as it's the flavor.
I can see that though, because it is a different.
It tastes
flavor.
like game. Yeah, it tastes like wild game almost. To me.
And I'll eat some. I'm not against gamey meat. You know, I'll eat rabbit, I'll eat quail, I'll eat deer, I'll eat shit. It don't matter. I'll try any of that shit, but
except for possum. I ain't eat no fucking possum.
I have had possum.
I know, man, but I ain't.
I have had it.
Them shit's too ugly. Anything that ugly can't be eaten, man.
None of that. None of that.
That was a long time ago, and it definitely wasn't one of them things that I'm like, oh yeah, I need some of that again.
Right.
But yeah, it was oily, if I remember correctly.
It just sounds disgusting.
Possum.
Oh,
Probably because it had a bunch of fucking oil in it, like car oil.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm joking, but
that sounds nasty. I don't like duck either.
Duck's so fatty, man.
It tastes like game. You know, like to me, it's just too. It's too. I guess I
like duck.
Or too rich. I don't know, man. I don't like the taste of it.
Yeah,
I had ostrich in March last year. I had some ostrich. That shit was delicious.
Was it like I've had ostrich jerky. I've never had like cooked ostrich.
Ostrich, the way they prepared it, you would have thought it was like a beef.
Okay.
It was kind of thin, kind of sliced, kind of like a beef, and like maybe a roast. How it was. The only problem with it was the fucking price. It was like, you feeling gamey tonight? I was like, hell yeah. I was out on a conference, like, yeah, man. Like, you want to try? They showed me the menu. I was like, is this real ostrich? Like, yeah. I'm rolling with that. Motherfucker, y'all need to put the price next to that shit when you have that shit out.
Right.
They hit me with the bill. I was like, y'all must have somebody else's bill.
Right.
I didn't order nothing. Right. I didn't order this much food. They're like,
right.
That's the ostrich. What? How much is that motherfucker?
Right.
Oh shit! It was you only gave me like a hot dog's worth. It wasn't even a big
Oh
sample.
wow,
Damn.
that's great.
Right.
Oh,
That's funny.
oh man, I felt fucked. Like,
Shit,
okay, but it was good though. Tasty.
cool. Well, I say I'll try anything once. Mostly, especially if that shit off the grill. I try it once. Well, Pooh, you showed up just in time. That's why I was on you. I was like,
I
Pooh
see.
hosting trivia.
Yeah.
So you got something for us?
Yeah. No doubt.
Hit me.
All right. So the questions that I pulled up, like we're off one. So I have a miscellaneous question. But here are the questions. Planets for 10, 20, 30. Okay. And I have the new 7 wonders of the world. Each one of those are worth 10. All right, you just name one. And I have 5 Great Lakes. You just name one. All right. Y'all got me? And then I have that miscellaneous question that's worth 10 as well.
5 Great Lakes.
Right.
Wonders of the world.
Right. And planets.
Planets. Okay.
Yeah. In fact, let me go ahead and do them. It won't be even if I do 10, 20, 30. I'm going to make them 10 as well. So everything is 10.
Okay.
All right. So like I said, I had to give a miscellaneous question because I only had 15. So I had to make it 16 even for you.
Okay.
All right. So let me see. J. R. And Al himself, the man, the myth.
That man, the myth.
So I lost to Al, right?
Last week.
Oh yeah, that was last week.
Yeah.
I lost to Al last week.
So the planets are worth how many each?
Well, I just went ahead and made everything 10.
Everything's 10. Okay, cool.
Yeah, everything's 10.
And how do you win when we give out, or we got to get to a certain point level?
No, we're gonna get them. We're gonna get them all once everything's answered. So you have 8 questions apiece. Whatever that final score is.
Okay.
It's not gonna take long.
Yeah, I'm just okay.
Okay.
Cool. Al first.
Al first.
So I'm just naming a planet.
No.
I'm just playing.
Yeah.
Let me do.
Well, you know what though? Since I did price, we'll do the planets 10, 20, 30 because they're all kind of hard. So we'll do that.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay away from that now. Let me go with 5 Great Lakes.
Okay. All right. You can just rattle one off.
Oh.
You don't have to say just one. Like each one is worth 10.
Lake Erie.
Yeah. Okay. Let me put that beside that. That's taken. All right, Jay.
All right. I'll do a Great Lake. Do Superior.
Yep. Okay. That's the first one on the list. Al.
Lake Huron.
Yep. All right, Jay.
Lake Michigan.
Yep. You staying with them, Al? One more.
I can't remember. He took mine. I can't remember the 5th one.
Okay.
So let's go with the new wonders.
Okay.
I just gotta name one again.
Yeah, just name one. Yeah. Oh, tell me. Give it to me, and then tell me where it is. That's double.
Oh wow. How about New wonders of the world. I have no idea. Is AT&T Stadium one? Is our stadium a wonder of the world?
Well, let me tell you this. Okay, it's the same thing as the seven wonders of the world, but I think they like changed one. Now they call it the new wonders of the world. It's weird. So I'm not gonna take that guess, but it's the same thing as the seven wonders of the world. However, I think they tweaked one, or they took one out, and put one in.
A few of them, I think. They did another vote. Yeah.
So I don't know why they call it the new wonders of the world, new seven wonders of the world. It's weird, but
the pyramids.
The pyramids. I don't have anything on my list called the pyramids.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, Jay.
I'm gonna go ahead and finish.
You sure yours is the new world? You sure yours is the it's the wonders of the world or the wonders of South Carolina?
Go ahead. Get out of here.
I can't go like my seven wonders of the world. Maurice's barbecue.
Hey, I pulled us out. Hey, you crazy, man. I pulled us
The
out.
five Great Lakes got Lake Murray.
Okay. I'm like, wait a minute.
Nah, man, y'all bugging. Go ahead, man.
Oh, let me go with the final Great Lake and go Ontario.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh shit!
I see y'all gonna
not
gonna get all the wonders of the world. We got to tweak that then.
Hold on. I didn't know we was staying local, so I'll see.
It's not local, man. Because originally I had them. Y'all, wow. They was 10 because it's 7. So of course it's 10 through 7. 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. That's what they were.
Mike Ware Field.
Go ahead, Jay. Carrying on. Go ahead, Al.
So this is I'm talking. I think this is in Greens. I think this is in Greensville.
Hey, get out of here, man.
in Anderson, South Carolina, we're going with the Grand Canyon.
Get out of here, man.
The Grand Canyon is it on your list?
It's not on my list, man.
Dang, bruh.
It's not one.
You know what? I don't know where you listen. I don't know what
get out of that 7 wonders of the world, man.
No, I'm gonna try one.
I'm talking to Al.
Oh, I mean, I was thinking Grand Canyon would be there too, but let me go.
Nah, the Grand Canyon is not one. Jay, you had this we had this on episode 13 or something, man.
Yeah, Taj Mahal.
The Taj Mahal is one, man.
Yeah.
Yo, I don't know where you list that, bro, but we're gonna keep it moving.
What you mean? Where you know where it is, Jay? For the double up.
Taj Mahal is I know it's in India.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, India. That's cool.
What part of India, though? No, I'm just kidding.
You got it, man.
Greenville.
What street? What street in India?
India, man.
Greenville,
Go ahead,
India.
Al. Just get out of there, Al.
Yeah, I'm going another direction because apparently, what I find wonderful, you don't find all that wonderful. So
I'll pull it off the net, man.
Let's go with
you got that miscellaneous. You got that miscellaneous, and you got planets.
Let's go planets.
All right. Okay, planets for what? 10, 20, 30.
Let's do 20.
Okay. Blank is a water world with 2/3 of the planet covered by ocean. What is that planet?
Earth.
Good. See, planet's not so bad.
The other third is covered by Fred Smoot. Remember that?
Get out of here, man.
You don't remember Fred said that though?
Fred Smoot,
Yo, that's Fred. That's one of the best lines I've ever heard.
Fred played for Mississippi State or something.
Yeah, Mississippi State.
Yeah, Mississippi State.
2/3 of the world, the earth is covered by water. The other third is covered by Fred Smoot.
Fred Smoot.
On
you,
Hall
Jay.
of Fame just for that. Ooh. I'm gonna go another wonder of the world.
Okay.
The Christ the Redeemer in Brazil.
Yeah. Yep. That's another double up.
How about
you crazy, man.
how about the wall?
What wall, man?
Oh, now I gotta tell you where it is too.
So, but you just
I
gonna
thought that
say
was for
the
extra
wall?
points.
But you just gonna say the wall though?
Donald Trump's wall.
Oh, good man. The wall in China, man.
Hey, man, I didn't even know if I want to let that go, man.
The
But-
Great Wall, not up
okay,
there.
there you go. Great Wall. Yeah, you got to give me the name. All right,
Yes,
the Great Wall.
How about
Where?
that wall?
Where?
Let me see. The Great Wall of China is probably.
So the shit in the border.
I'm thinking it's in
Mexico.
No doubt. No doubt.
China.
But hey, would you expect me to give him credit for just saying the wall? Though?
Not the wall. There's just a
Not
bunch
the
of
wall.
walls. Yeah.
Oh,
It could have been the Berlin
yeah,
Wall.
Picky, man.
No, it's a bunch of walls.
Like, apparently, the Grand Canyon, the pyramids.
It could have been. It could have been. It could have been the wall beside my dad's basketball court.
Hey, the wall. This guy just said the wall.
The wall.
Yeah, come on. Al. Man.
I ain't gonna beef. I ain't gonna pull a Myles Garrett. Call me nigga. That's what happened, nigga.
Oh man. I got a couple more guesses. The Coliseum.
The Coliseum. Where's the Coliseum, Jay?
And
Jamaica. Oh, I thought it was 1-1 in Queen. All right.
Get out of here, man. Yeah, you're right. You doubled up.
okay.
All right. I ain't gonna push luck with your 17 wonders of the world.
Hey, get out of here. Those are legit, man.
Yeah, okay. All right. I see. You
Rest
say
of
so.
them, I don't know. The rest of them, I wouldn't know.
Hold up. You let some dude named Christ the Redeemer? Who? I don't even know who's Christ the Redeemer.
Bro,
You don't know.
You said a dude named Christ the Redeemer. Hey, it's a good question, huh?
Oh.
You have planets for 10 and 30. Then you have miscellaneous. Then you have the Great Wall of China. I mean, the Great Wall of China is 7-1.
Go with planets for 30.
Planets for 30. Okay. Okay. The seventh planet from the sun is an oddball. Blank has clouds made of hydrogen sulfide, the same chemical that makes rotten eggs smell so foul.
Oh God.
This planet is.
Hold on, you really confused me. Say that again now.
Okay. The seventh planet from the sun is an oddball. It has clouds made of hydrogen sulfate, the same chemical that makes rotten eggs smell so foul.
That's sulfur. But that don't have nothing to do with the name of the planet. So keep going.
That's it. That's what they gave me. So you're gonna give me the name of this planet. 10.
I'm gonna go with Saturn. I don't know.
Saturn, man. It was close, but it's the wrong answer.
Oh, what is it?
Ironically, the stinky planet's name is Uranus.
It's Uranus. Yeah, it is.
Ah.
Uranus smells like rotten eggs.
Right. So we got miscellaneous planets for 10, and we have 1, 2, 3 wonders left.
Let me do planets for 10.
Okay. Zipping around the sun in only 88 days, blank is the closest planet to the sun.
Mercury.
Mercury. That is correct.
How many days?
88.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty quick, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Al, on you.
I'll do miscellaneous.
Okay. I've been waiting for this, yeah. All right. Okay, listen to the directions.
Oh,
All right.
here we go.
This is the this is the top 10 list. Top 10 list for playoff scoring. All right. I'm gonna name all the players. I want you to name the person that has the least amount of points. Wait a minute. I'm gonna name all the players. You about to miss off your clues. I'm not done with your clues yet. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna name the points and the players, but not they're not gonna match. You got me? You're gonna name the player with the least amount of points.
So you're gonna name the top 10 players.
Right.
You're gonna give me points.
Right.
And then you're gonna tell me who has the least.
Correct. No, you're gonna tell me who has the least.
I tried to slip that one in.
Right. Okay. We have
we talking what sport here? What sport?
Basketball. My bad. Basketball. Yeah, I left that out. My bad. Okay, 5,172. 5,250. 4,043. 4,057. 4,045. 5,172. 4,761. 5,640. 6,911. 5,762. 5,987. Okay, now I'm about to name the players. Kobe Bryant, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Shaquille O'Neal, Tony Parker, Kevin Durant, Jerry West, Tim Duncan, Karl Malone, Michael Jordan, LeBron James. Who has the least amount of playoff points?
I'm gonna go with Tony Parker.
Tony Parker. That was close. He's now number 9 on the list.
Wow.
Jay, you want to take a stab at it for shits and giggles?
Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant is number 10. Yep. So miscellaneous out the window. Okay, so we have planets for 10 and 3 wonders left. On you, Jay.
I do planets for 10. I thought I already did planets for 10.
Oh, you're right. No, I see a check. I see a thumbs up.
He trying to give you extra points?
All right, I'm about to be like Mercury.
So we have the 3 wonders. Al, you can't win. You guys want me to go ahead and name it? If you want, you can name
I think I know one. I don't know where it is though.
Okay.
I feel like you just lost shamed me.
What is it, Jay?
Is it? Oh, you can't win. Machu Picchu.
Yeah. It's in Peru.
Right.
Yeah. So you get 10 for that. Not the double up. Al, you think you can conjure one of them?
Nah, man. All right, but I'll come up with let's see. Wonders of the world. I'm going with crack.
Go ahead, man. So
you
don't know any more, right?
Crackheads in 2020.
I was thinking, is it the Great Pyramid of Giza?
Giza. Nah, it's not on here. One.
Okay.
So all right, so I'm gonna go. It's 2 more left. Al, J, Al. I know that didn't count. So one's in Mexico and one's in Jordan. So what you got for me, Al? Nothing for me?
In Mexico.
Okay.
Hold on. I've been to Mexico.
No, I'm not about to tell you. I'm waiting.
Huh?
I said no. I'm not about to say that. I was waiting.
What's the name of that place? Chicken. What's the name of this place? I can't remember the name of it. So I'm just gonna say, oh shit, the waves of Cancun. Like I don't,
I think you're right
don't,
though, Al.
Bro, you had it. That was it. What
the
is
place
it?
I can remember.
Yeah, what is it? Chichen Itza?
Oh, Chichen Itza.
Yeah, Chichen Itza. Yeah, so you were barking up the right tree. That was it. You backed off on it.
Oh man, because I can't remember the name of it. Chichen Itza.
Yeah.
Yeah. We went there on our honeymoon.
Really?
We climbed up this pyramid.
Is mad dope?
It is mad dope.
Okay.
We climbed up to the top, walked around. I had to convince my wife to walk down. She was like scared as shit.
Right.
Like, had one of the moments like, I can't do this. I'm like, hold on, motherfucker. We got to get down.
Wow. For real.
So did you like stay at a resort or something out there, or
Stayed at a resort in Cancun and took a bus.
Oh. How far was the trip? How far was the bus ride?
Probably about an hour. It was a nice little ride.
Okay.
Okay. But it was cool though. It was worth it. It was because it's real historical and just ancient stuff.
That's dope. I didn't go there.
The 7 wonders of the world.
Yeah. I didn't go there when I was in Cancun, bro. I didn't even know anything about it. That's dope. That's dope. Jay, the last one in Jordan.
I know what it looked like, and I can't remember what the name of it is. It's like Petrus or something like that.
That's it. Petra. Yeah. Petra. Okay. Yeah.
What's that like? What is that?
It's another structure. It looks like it's like a fort. But it's made. It's made into a mountain. So
I'll send you the USA Today article that it was in. It just show you like a 30-second video of everything. It's mad dope though.
Okay.
Mad dope. Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Whoa.
Okay, so Jay, 10, 20, 30, 50, 70, 90, 100, 110. Jay has 110. Al has 10, 20, 40, 60. Al has 60.
Okay.
Al,
all right.
Yeah, Jay won.
What's up? Good game, Noel. That was fun.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Yeah. All right.
After all the backlash I took about the 7.
Man, I was about to file an official complaint, but
Al, like I had no idea all 7 wonders of the world was in Newberry.
When did that shit start?
Yeah, get out of here. You're wild. Let me find it.
Well, Pooh, you hosted, man. Good job. What you got for me? What's your pawn shot?
Man, wow. I can't even think of wow. Man, I just want to say appreciate everybody for rocking with us. Thanks a lot. There's definitely more to come. Love your family, man. Give your ones, your loved ones, the flower while they living, man. That's all I gotta say.
Absolutely. All right, Al, what you got for me?
This being like History Month, I'm gonna say love some black person this month.
That's what.
Damn right.
That's show some love to somebody that's black. And other than that, have a great week. And talk to y'all in a week or so.
No doubt. I got nothing crazy either, man. Again, y'all, I really thought I was meeting my maker last week. I ain't never been that sick in my life, so and
protect yourself,
right? But it did put me in another mode. And shout out to Paul. I don't even know if y'all know, but Paul bought my car, my old car.
Okay.
And after trying to sell it, Paul was like, "Man, I want it." So Paul came and bought me a check, and I was really still out of it. And Paul had started getting sick too. He was like, "Man, I finally made it over. I'm about to go home, go to sleep." Long story short, when he left, I was like, "All right, man, love you." And I could tell it caught him off guard, but it put me like into one of those modes where like, man, it's like Kanye said, you can still be a man, and what is it? You can still tell your man you love him and be manly, dog. So,
right,
I really thought there was a chance I was leaving here. So again, I love y'all, man. I love everything that we do here. We've been rocking this thing for over 2 years, so this shit has been fun, right. And I love y'all. Y'all the highlight of my week, and I love everything that our seed that we plant has brought to this network. So I love y'all.
Hey, no doubt, man. Love
you back, bro.
No doubt.
That's all we got, man. This has been episode 145 of the Defy Life Podcast. You can listen to us on defylifepods.com or anywhere else you find your favorite podcast. We are here every week. So we'll talk to y'all again next Wednesday. Well, you'll hear us next Wednesday. But until then, Defy Life.
Defy Life.
Defy Life.
If you're into all things comics, you have to check out Take a Knee for Marvel vs. DC, your go-to podcast for comic and superhero discussion, debates, polls, and more. Tune in as Regular Scott and Ozzy Killmonger chat about your favorite comic topics, and you never know who may show up for an open mic or what will be next on their favorite One Gotta Go. Take a Knee for Marvel vs. DC, every Sunday, powered by the Defy Life Podcast Network.